What do we want to do a poll on, Luke? We're gonna have a poll. Let's. Yeah, like. No, not pole dancing, buddy. We canceled the dancing girls. No, poll like would you vote for Trump or for Harris, or are you a Christian, or what's your
Do you think perhaps this is up to Armageddon?
just put leave it. How do you spell that? Armageddon. I got it. Don't worry. All right. It's in there. I don't know how this camera's gonna hold up.
I feel sick. If that last one is in question, it's enormous used cars in Wisconsin.
Oh, that's weird. I can see TV in the reflection somehow.
Yeah, I can see.
That's the duh. There you go. One for idiots. Strike one for the idiots. Well, I was working for my friend doing chimney cleaning and masonry stuff. We had on the dashboard. It was like idiot drivers, and it was like either men or women. Like people cut you off at a red light. I think we got up to, it was like 52-16 when I quit working for them. Chicks were winning.
I get what kind of pool you're talking about. It's like a gallop pool.
A gallop, yeah. Gallop in a wall. Anyway.
Look, I made it out.
There you go. Yeah. It's higher dimensional math, Luke. You got to use your brain just a little bit more.
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh shit! God bless it. Let's see here. I don't know if I can. I wonder if I can watch a video on here while I'm talking to you.
Probably.
See if I can. If it cuts the phone off or what.
Okay, went to the dump this morning. Went to take bottles back.
Yeah.
It's been a busy day.
Right. Here we go. This is Joe Biden's inauguration. That's the motor brigade. I just sent it to my buddy Luke. He's a Marine. He's up there in Maine. Give him a big thumbs up, everybody. As you'll remember from the inauguration with Joe Biden, there was no people there. It was the first time ever. They blocked off the whole Washington, D.C. mall there and put up little flags instead. It was some type of satanic cabal ritual that they used to do when they were bringing Egyptian kings into power over in Egypt, of all places, being Egyptian kings. But yeah, it was like Osiris and Osiris, the twin brother and sister. Yeah. ISIS? Oh, yeah. Jeez. Let me not even go there. About ISIS and who they are and their rebirth and what's going on over there.
Yeah, they're dead.
Yep.
Israel's freaking our new watchdog.
Jessica Floyd. Whoa. How are you? Been a long time coming. Hope things are going well for you down there. Jessica is a prepper. She's down in North Carolina. Wow, you ate a second. Oh my God, you're in North Carolina. How are you, honey? Are you okay? How's your family? This is Luke. Luke's a Marine from Maine. He's making me laugh. You're moving into the RV? Okay, cool. So you're on the property now? Happened to the west of you. Okay, thank God for that.
Are you networking?
We're running the YouTube at the same time, Luke. So you are part of the show. We are talking to people all over the world. Luke has decided the poll for today. If you don't have Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, do yourself a favor, download it, and you'll find out what's really going on. Tell them again.
It's a pathway to hell. Rubik's Cube.
Higher math. I told him, you're almost there. You just need to use a little more higher math skills. Yeah, anyway, though, so what's up?
Skills I need are 3 clicks up, 2 clicks left.
Two mil dots. Yeah.
Windage, elevation.
Windage and elevation.
Here we go.
Don't get me started. I'm Luke Spotter. Anyway. Wait a second. He's my spotter. What am I talking about? Huh?
I said, just remember, muriatic acid, hydrochloric, and sulfuric.
Muriatic, hydrochloric, sulfuric. Okay. What do we want to put that in?
Well, we want to put it in plastic containers.
Plastic containers, okay. And send it to the Chinese.
When Ariel.
I'll let him know. Jessica says thanks for your service, Luke.
Thank you.
He definitely deserves it too. Remember when we found that abandoned training course? Where were we at? There was like the pull-up bars and there was like a little gully. But anyway. I remember I was on the way. Huh? Anyway. No, but anyway, Jessica, what I was going to tell you, and whoever else is on there, if anybody else is, or if you see this later, definitely get on whatever you got, either if it's whatever, Google Play or Apple, whatever, Siri, and download Twitter. They're literally right now hundreds and hundreds of reports coming in from all over the U.S. Early voters are going to the polls and they're taking pictures of what they voted, and the machines are changing their votes. And there was also somebody was on there. It was down in I want to say it was in Georgia. It was the Oversight Polling Committee representative, and they were on a computer in the back, and somebody was there with them, and they were actually changing votes out and blanking people's stuff out and saying this person gets no votes and stuff. And they recorded the whole thing and posted it up. I guess they thought they were friends. Come to find out, they let everybody know the truth of what's really going on. So just be careful. You know what I'm saying? Dems. I'm sorry to say. Actually, you know what? I did vote Democratic one time. It was when Bill Clinton was in there. And
yeah, you were the only one.
Well, I think it was. Yeah, I think I voted for him after. That was while the Bushes were in power, and we had all that Halliburton shit and everything else. That was horrible, but Clinton wasn't any better anyway. But
after the world went to hell,
Hillary and Benghazi and 30,000 deleted emails and leaving people. She sent in a team of Navy SEALs And then after they cleaned up the mess, she had some freaking what's that? That other group that's over there fighting with Russia right now. Independent contractors. She had them going in and kill the SEALs. That's what that was all about. She's a nasty piece of work.
Really? I didn't know that.
Oh yeah.
I give up.
Well, you gave up, huh?
Yeah.
You woke up during COVID? No, you're not guilty, Jessica. Hey, we all vote with your heart, vote with your conscience. No, I just want the best person in charge of the thing. And it's hard to say, I really think that we're close to the end time. I'm not a Bible thumper. I do have a faith in the Lord Jesus Christ. Luke's he's got his own thing. He's kind of a spiritualist, but I'm sure he believes in the Lord Almighty. And
you want to join?
he said he's got a cult. You're welcome to it. Drink the wine. They're coming with flamethrowers. But no, I really think kind of like it's coming. If it's not here, it's coming. You're gonna see it in your lifetime. So
God, I hope so.
Yeah.
I've given them already thousands of years. They can't get their shit together. My own cult. Yeah, I got a cult of one.
So tell me about this. What was this meaningful conversation you had with her last night? What happened anyway?
I just realized I'm still a psycho.
You had to tell her you're a psycho?
No, I realized I was still a psycho.
Oh.
I had to tell her about she wants to bump her husband off. And I had to tell her, like, well, you're going to need some plastic. You're going to need some freaking muriatic acid. You're going to have to pull his teeth out, freaking chop his body up. I said, and you can't even stand the sight of blood. Better just to give him a shot, get him some down, and then while he's down, give him another shot, and then freaking...
You got it. Yo, listen, they had this good old boy on there the other day, man. I was watching one of them deals where they said it was they got, I guess certain states right now, they got this thing where if somebody comes into your house, you can't shoot them. You can't even, like, they took over like King of the Castle law or something like that. Like, and some dude, they asked some guy on there in one of these states, they were interviewing people. They said, what do you think of that new rule and everything there, man? He says, well, I'm gonna call 811 if something happens. And I guess they thought it was a dumb hit. So they said, are you sure you don't mean 911? He said, no, 811. I got to figure out where I'm going to bury the body.
Well, I mean, there was lobster traps.
Yeah.
Off the coast of Maine somewhere.
Yeah, I'm sure many a tuna have been caught that way too for who all knows it. Whatever. Oh, Lord.
We were discussing ways to freaking bump her husband off, and I'm like, don't even talk to me about that shit. You're not even prepared to kill somebody, honestly.
Yeah.
Shit. It's like, I'm like, really? Do you know what kind of effort that takes?
Hold on, Jane's beeping in. Let me tell her I'm on the phone with you.
Oh, jeez. She probably heard me.
No. I wish I could get you on. Do you have minutes on your phone right now or no?
No, I don't have any minutes on it.
Oh. I was gonna say I bump you over to three-way calling with me.
I use like text now. I just got this phone too, and I'm still trying to figure it out.
Sorry, I was just checking the ham radio.
Still trying to figure this phone out. Just got it. When the dude or ma'am.
Oh, the one that who gave that to you anyway, Luke?
Logan.
Nice. What's he doing now? Where'd he go back to? What's he in? Is he in Bangor or Waterville or what?
He was in
Lewiston?
Mass.
Oh, he's in Mass.
He was at his family's house in Mass.
No shit, huh?
Then he came back up to Maine, and he was in Skowhegan. He used to live in Skowhegan, I think.
Scow. Let's get some scowing, baby.
And he's out in Waterville quite a bit.
Nice.
And yeah, we just had like a falling out, like kind of a fight. I accused him of I was drinking, and I accused him of cock blocking me.
Ah.
I was like, "Don't cock block me." He's like, "I wasn't."
He looked a lot different. And the hair was cool. I think last time I seen him, he had a beard, though.
No, that's a different Logan.
Oh. Well, there we go. That explains it.
Yeah, this Logan is transsexual I don't know what the fuck he is.
Okay. Never took you for that kind of guy, but I get it. I know you're missing Wanda.
It was a marriage of convenience.
Oh, good Lord, Luke. I think I just threw up in my mouth a little bit, dude.
Oh, Lord. Why'd you have to bring her up?
I'd rather think about that than somebody named Logan. Huh?
I said, you mentioned the devil and the devil will appear.
Yeah, I said, well, I'd rather think about that than somebody named Logan. Oh.
I'd rather not. I'd rather think of somebody named Tova or Amanda or...
There you go. Now your brain's working again.
Anybody other than Logan or Wanda.
Now your brain's working again. Oh my Lord, bro. What have you been...
Logan, his God is friggin' ice cream. He worships the god of ice cream. I don't know how that works, but his mind's constantly thinking about ways to make money to get more ice.
Cream. Yeah. That's a problem.
It is a problem, especially when you're trying to make goals and freaking buy food for the house.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
And have to pay bills. And he sells the pictures of himself online to all these freaking desperate guys all over the United States, up and down the East Coast. Makes pretty good money. He makes about $100 a day.
That's sickening, dude.
I know.
There's that many perverts out there?
Fucking pervs.
No, really, bro. That's fucking gross, dude. I know there's like a lot of money. They say it's the biggest industry. Human trafficking. Fucking. I was watching something the other day on Twitter, man. They're talking about
Yeah.
They were talking. No, they were talking about what was it? The FEMA and shit like that. They knew ahead of time that what they were sending kids to known abusers and pedophiles. They'd either been there before or whatever. I don't know however they. But like the lady, like one of the head ladies was like, yeah, we have to just ship them out if there's nowhere else to go. We send them to those homes anyway. It's like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Our own government's freaking complicit with freaking
human trafficking?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, you got what's his name? Pete fucking Garbage. I can't even think of his last name. Gudabedge, whatever. He took off like 6 months. Stayed home to nurse his baby with fake tits. Had a transportation. His whole cabinet's freaking a bunch of clowns, dude. What's that one guy? He's a transsexual something or other. He goes around wearing high heels and a dress. He's like I'm calling him he. I'm not even sure if it is but that's what the head of nuclear or whatever in America. Then you got one of the highest ranking people in the Navy's a freaking troglodyte. And then did you see the thing the other day? It was one of the first female captains of the ship. She was a lesbian, and she destroyed the ship. She crashed it. ruined a 100. What was it? It's like $618 million vessel or something. I forget the exact amount. Nuts, bro. Yeah, she freaking.
No, I didn't see it.
She hit a reef or something. I forget. Destroyed the thing. Yeah. These are the clowns we got in office right now, man.
Bumper cars.
How about the one down at what was it that they paid to have a sex change, our tax paying dollars, while she whatever is in prison. He tied these two elderly couple up with an anchor and threw them off a boat. Took the boat and left. Kamala Harris said it was all right. She was fully aware of it and supported it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, it's in the news, bro. These are real things. It's crazy what's going on, man. I'm like,
no wonder we drink.
hey, man, if you don't believe in revelations, then you're just as blind as it gets. That's just all there is to it. Sad to say it.
Okay.
Not even sad to say it. Just truth be told.
Well, I was talking to my landlord this morning about Armageddon and about the Book of Revelations, and he was trying to explain to me about the rapture and the last supper. And I was like, that's not fair.
Iraq being in the last battle? Is that what you said?
No, the rapture.
Oh, the rapture? I think I'm not sure if the rapture, I'd have to read it, Luke. I honestly don't remember, but I think whatever the Battle of Armageddon is, actually, let me look it up now. What the heck, since we're talking about it?
Yeah, right?
I was going to look it up online. I got a Bible here. Hold on. Let me grab it, brother. But the way my dad told me, if I remember right from what he studied and everything, is that there's going to be there'll be some stuff that we go through as people, like the Christians that, people that say, hey, yes, Lord Jesus, I'm a sinner. I know you died on the cross. I repent of my sins. Please save me, before judgment and Father God, that, blood will protect me, whatever. And then those people, there's going to be a place where the rapture happens, but then things is going to get even worse after that. And then there's going to be like a period of tribulation. There's supposed to be like a second calling. In other words, there'll be like one more time for redemption, but no one is going to be left behind. So whoever finds God, I don't know how that'll happen, so whatever, but see what's going on in this chat over here. Anything? Oh, 50-50 right now. That's all we got on our poll.
So what's our poll again? start over.
Do you believe in Armageddon? Let me see here. What was it at?
Maybe we should try something different.
They probably saw the poll and bumped my ratings down. I'm hardly getting any traffic. Let's see here.
I mean, it's playing out like it's real. I hate for it to actually really be real because it's like, you don't believe in Jesus. Oh, this is what my landlord said. You don't believe in Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior. I said, what about Buddha? He's like, that's a false idol.
And
Buddha's not a false idol.
Well, in a sense of spiritually speaking, yeah, because it's an antichrist. It's something that takes. It's nice that you can be nice to somebody, Luke, but that doesn't get you to heaven. If you don't accept God, Jesus, the blood of Christ on the cross for your repentance, then that's that. Anybody can rub a fat man's belly. It doesn't mean you're gonna fucking have nirvana, bro.
He wasn't a fat man. That's just a common misconception.
I'm just saying, though, dude. Okay, so he was a prince, and he left. He could have been a king, and he went to live with poor people, and he ate rice all his life. Good for him. You know what? There's a lot of people that eat rice their whole life, and they don't do it. They don't do it because they want to. You know what I'm saying? Sad to say, but let's see here.
Yeah. He's I do believe that there was more than just Jesus.
I don't, Luke. I really don't. I don't. Because the reason I say that is because Jesus is God, dude. There's only one creator. Everything had to come from something.
We're all part of God, brother.
No, I don't think that's true, Luke.
No.
We are in the sense that God created everything, but how?
What about your soul? What about your soul?
How do you?
Your indestructible soul.
It's a piece of God, yeah, but you've chosen. If you choose to go to hell, you choose to go to hell. If you choose to reject God's gift of life, the free gift of life, then you have nothing.
And who's saying that anybody's rejecting God's gift? Just because you don't believe in some couple thousand-year-old guy freaking was either God or part of God or not part of God, or was God's son or wasn't God's son. We're all God's daughters and sons, and he, she, it, whatever.
So you think Hitler's gonna be in heaven, or for that matter, freaking Kamala Harris being a complete freaking piece of crap, she's gonna be in heaven because God made her?
And heaven per se is where?
The realm beyond the shade of death.
You might as well just believe in the sun because that's real. You can feel it, you can see it.
You believe in the wind, you can't see it, but you can feel it.
I believe in the wind. I can see it if there's dust in the air. Blowing the leaves around.
Let me see. I'm just
putting out all these different things. I do believe in God.
Oh,
I believe in more than one God.
It says in the Bible there are many gods, but there is only one true God.
There are many gods, but there's only one true God.
Yeah.
Well, that being the case, then why do you make all these other gods?
They're demonic representation, man. Satan was an angel of light. Why do you think freaking gays took over the rainbow, bro? It's Satan was the most beautiful angel in heaven.
Yeah.
He's the great deceiver. When you break down light, what do you have? A prism. You have a prism. There you go. It tells you right there what's going on, bro. It's that easy.
It's also a good freaking anthropomorphic way for people to explain all the wrong in the world, except taking the responsibility away from them to be fucking cuntheads.
We all have to make a choice. We all have to make
a choice. But this is the thing. If we say, oh, it's up to God, or Jesus made me do it, or fucking the devil made me do it, we're taking out free will, and we're just throwing it right out the goddamn window, because you should have a better fucking moral grasp, you should have more morals and more goddamn ethics than freaking most of these people walking around out here fucking committing crimes, doing all these terrorists and shit.
Allah Akbar. No, I understand what you're saying, Luke, but you can't say there is a principality of darkness, man. And not everybody is. Even Jesus, I think he said something about he was speaking. I don't know if it was remember on the Mount of Olives before he was crucified or what, but he said, "I have saved all that you gave me, except the one who was made for perdition." And he was speaking about Judas. So some are made for destruction, bro. When the black people were slaving the Jews, you know what I'm saying? How karma happens. No. Anyway, you know, even then it said Pharaoh, God hardened Pharaoh's heart because he was made for that moment. His path was destruction, and it's so we do have free will, but there must be such a thing as predestination too. How do people win the lottery? Is that chance, or were they meant to be that in that position?
Well, if we go even deeper, we got to understand that the quantum physics of the universe, where God resides. Where does God reside? Higher dimensional levels. Okay, we got to break it down in a metaphysical type of mathematical form that people can grasp. So where is heaven? It's a higher dimensional plane of existence. Are there demigods? Are there divas? Yes, there are. Are there angels? Yes, there are. Are there demigods? Yes, there are. Is there one true God that we all came from? Yes. Is he the singularity? Yes. Did he create the universe? Yes. Is there a mathematical principle that governs everything in every dimension? Yes, there is. It's called Dharma, the law of the universe.
Mathematics is the language of nature.
Quantum physics, we're just starting to get into quantum physics now. It's like, it's going to explain our souls. It's going to explain the existence of higher dimensional beings, aliens, and everything else.
I don't think we're going to get that far, Luke.
I think we will.
It says in the Bible, it says, now we know in part, but when we meet him face to face, we will know all things in truth.
All we needed was right in the beginning. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God.
That's it.
That's it, right there.
That's it, man. The Word was God. The Word is God.
Yahweh, Jehovah.
So here, listen.
Said the right way. Like home resonates. 7.8.
Let me read it to you. This is from Revelations 9, starting in verse 13. Let me get my glasses first. I'll make it. Then the sixth angel sounded, and I looked and heard a voice from the four horns of the golden altar, which is before God, saying to the six angels who had trumpeted, release the four angels who are bound at the great river Euphrates. So the four angels who had been prepared for the hour and the day and the month and the year were released to kill a third of mankind. So what is that?
That was nice, huh?
That's That's talking about the end times. So, but when you think about that, why would an angel be bound? They must be fallen angels.
Because they're freaking. And why is God gonna allow that to happen?
It's his plan.
Sure sounds like my plan.
What's the next verse say? So the four the four angels who had been prepared. Okay, we read that verse. Now the number of the army of horsemen was 200 million. I heard the number of them, an army of 200 million. Where would that kind of people come from in that area? It's got to either be Russia or China.
200 million.
Yeah.
And where the Euphrates is?
Well, the Euphrates is over in the Middle East. Yeah, that's where they say Euphrates and whatever the other river over there is. Where supposedly in that area is where the Garden of Eden was.
The Old Testament is the Book of Revelation part of the Old Testament or the New Testament?
New Testament. It was a prophetic vision to John while he was on the Isle of Patmos.
All right. Well,
which is in Greece. Maybe
John didn't realize that freaking he was getting demonic visions.
What's going on there? We got Elon Musk here.
Yeah.
Allegedly. We'll give you a little spanner so you can join in and click on anyone's name and welcome to the show.
Me and Elon. We go way back.
Go way back. Cool. Wish I could say that. I got a couple ideas for him.
They just tested out his new taxi, and I guess it's already been done.
Oh, the driverless car?
Yeah.
There's a city over in, I want to say it's in Israel, roughly 50,000 people. They've been doing a test run with that for like 5 or 10 years now. It's all autonomous.
They already have it in the United States.
Yeah, it's all fully autonomous. I'll look it up, Luke. It's been going on for years, bro.
See, that's the difference between Elon's and all the other companies.
I think it was Google that was doing that, though.
Elon's is fully autonomous, whereas Google has to go through a switchboard, kind of like, I don't know exactly how it works, but it's like, it goes through the company, and the company sends data to the vehicle to get to where you need to go. Elon's is fully autonomous. It's just an AI friggin', I'm guessing. I don't know exactly. I haven't really delved into it that much, but I just read it on the news the other day. And I read that his first brain implant, it worked. Computer interface, it worked. But then they had to, and then they lost connections. So some of the connections that the little fibrils, whatever they are,
yeah,
that they implanted into the brain. Some of them malfunctioned, so they weren't getting enough compatibility with the brain. It wasn't interfacing enough, so it kind of went haywire, and they went back in, I think, and tried to fix them. So I haven't really caught back up on like how that's going. But the new implant is going to be a little less visible, and it's going to have more friggin' microfibers implanted in the brain, more microfibers implanted in the brain, just in case any of them malfunction, I guess.
Let's see here. Sorry about the double echo. Yeah, we all know what Neuralink is. I don't know. Whoever this person saying they're Elon Musk is.
Yeah.
He's got four subscribers on his channel. I highly doubt it's really Elon Musk.
I could get that.
Be nice. If he wanted to talk to me, it's just as easy to find my phone number in my playlist under my favorites. So.
All right. Yeah, I would.
Oh, I was going to look that up for you, Luke. Hold on, my bad. Autonomous. How do you spell autonomous?
Autonomous.
Autonomous city.
Autonomous. AUTO.
It says there's one. I guess there's one in Buenos Aires too.
I'm sure they have them in Saudi Arabia. I'm sure they have them in Europe. I'm sure they have them all over already. Japan probably has them. I mean, Japan's light years ahead of us anyway on everything.
Let's see here. Autonomous city of Buenos Aires. What is this? Huh. Wonder if that's.
That's in Brazil, right? Buenos Aires?
No, Buenos Aires. Actually, yeah, but I think it is in Brazil. Now you mention it. No, it's a capital, Argentina, actually.
Well, Argentina's pretty nice.
It's not autonomous though. I don't know what. Something's wrong with Google or Siri or whoever. Hold on. Good grief, kid. Autonomous taxi city.
Mouse. Autonomous. I think it would be spelled like auto and then mouse or moose. Chocolate mousse.
All right, spelling it wasn't the problem. Vaping gives you throat cancer. Show me the statistics. I'd be happy to look at the link.
What gives you throat cancer?
Vaping. Supposedly, he says vaping gives you throat cancer.
It can give you it can make you drown on land.
Oh, my mom used to put me in the tub when I was a little kid and I had croup, and steam would just knock the phlegm right out of you. So, I suppose anything can be harmful to you. Anyway, Maureen, let me get back to this Bible reading. I can't find that. It was on there. It's for whatever reason they've taken it down. But there was a city somewhere a while back, and they set up. It was a test link. I think Google was doing it at the time or something. I don't remember, but it was a fully autonomous city, something like 40 or 50,000 people. It was free to go wherever you wanted to go, and they were doing it as a test project to see how it would operate or whatever. But anyway,
it's probably like Dubai or.
Yeah, I wonder what's going on with that wall thing over there. Everybody stopped talking about that. It's like so many miles long. It's just a wall like 10 stories tall. Mirrors on the outside. It's like some kind of reflective glass. They call it the line or something like that.
I know they got a ski resort inside a mall.
Yeah. They need to do that. They need to do that in the old casino here in Rhode Island.
That'd be awesome. Yeah, we don't have to continue the book of Revelations. It's too depressing.
The two witnesses.
Positive thoughts bring positive results.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. I'm of a mindset that
The beast of the sea, the dragon with 10 horns, 7 heads and 10 horns.
It's a kraken.
It's figurative for seven continents and 10 rulers.
Well, it is, but it's also friggin' a kraken.
Babylon the whore.
The kraken's bacon. Crackling bacon.
Crackling bacon. I pray for this country, though. I do, Luke. We are in a bad way, man. You know what? And as much as I want Donald Trump to win, there's a
I look outside my window, Roger. You know what I see? I see a family
squirrels.
Next door that is beautiful. I see another family next door over here that's beautiful. I see freaking a street that's clean. I can walk down my street and not get assaulted. I can walk to the store and back. Maybe even fall down a couple times, and maybe even somebody will help pick me up.
And sleep in a snowdrift. Roger that.
I see. Yeah, I remember that. I woke up and the cop's like, "Hey, you all right?" I was like, "Yeah, I was just having a nap." He's like,
How was it that I came back and you weren't there, but then they took you home or something? Or no, was it?
Yeah.
No, when you went to sleep under the tree in the mall, and I showed up and like the cops were gonna take you, and I'm like, I'll take him home or something and put you in the car. They let you go.
I don't know.
At the Bangor Airport Mall, bro. It was a Christmas tree right in front of the tobacco shop. You got all toasted. You drank a 40 and you're like, I'm gonna take a nap. And I thought you were going outside. I went in the card shop or something next door. I came back. You were sleeping underneath it. There's 2 cops there, bro. Oh, Lord. Some of the stuff, huh?
I was talking about the end of the Ogden Road where that little freaking store is. Where we used to walk down to from the Ranger Inn. The what was it, Circle K down there?
No, Ledbetter's.
No, it was after Ledbetter's because for some reason we said.
Oh, you're talking about down in town a little bit further down. No, that was what was that? I'm trying to remember. Anyway, all right, yeah, but I know what you're talking about.
Well, I forget. I fell asleep and it was like 40 degrees one day, 50, and I went in and bought a 40. I came outside, and fell asleep in the freaking snowbank. And then the cop woke me up and he's like, "Hey, you all right?"
I know where that was at. That was right at the stoplight at the back end of the airport, right at the end of the runway. Down the street from the shelter, Stephen King shelter. Oh, his wife. Actually, I shouldn't say Stephen King. His wife's the one that put the addition on that, I believe. Tabitha House.
There's a huge settlement behind the Hope House, and they're displacing everybody there.
In the woods?
Yeah.
No shit, huh?
You know all that those old barracks and stuff out there?
Yeah.
That road.
I know what you're talking about.
I guess there's a huge homeless settlement there behind the Hope House. And they just went and yesterday they went and issued everybody a cease and desist or remove. They're going to find them places to go, every single one of them that are there. They said there was too much criminal activity.
Huh.
So I guess it's the biggest homeless settlement in Bangor.
No shit, huh? Well, I mean,
there's tons of tents back there.
What does that really do, though? I mean, are you doing anything? if there's too much criminal activity, now you're just giving them a bunch of houses to live in, and they're still going to be doing it. Burger Dad, hello. Thanks for joining the show.
Did you take your antidepressants today?
It just gave you a spanner. If you want to click on somebody's name, you can go to their channel, subscribe, and come right back. Good way to meet some friends. What is it?
I said, why you gotta be so negative?
I'm not negative. I'm with the positive side. The glass is more than half full. It's always full. There's air in the other half of the glass.
How about there's no glass and it's not neither full nor half full? Or it's perpetually full or perpetually half full.
Or perpetually empty. Schroeder's cat.
Or maybe, yeah, I know. That's what I was getting at. Maybe there's no glass at all. And there's
maybe there is no glass at all. A toe.
I used to do Schrodinger's cat with a bottle of beer.
Is it there or is it not?
Where's my next beer coming from? The box.
Oh, Lord.
Can I magic box?
Magic school bus. The magic. Who rides that magic bus?
All right. I guess.
See how our poll's doing there, Luke. We got, we're at 62-38. Not many votes yet. Thanks for the thumbs up, folks, whoever's given us to them.
So what are you doing tonight?
You're looking at it, bro.
Yeah.
Just fighting this head cold, man.
I am probably going to watch a movie, make some supper.
Sounds like a plan.
Although those burgers that I had earlier were like this thick, pop burgers. Cooked them in the freaking air fryer.
Nice.
Whew.
Nice.
And I ate one of them on a bagel. I had a bagel burger. I had to take I went into a food coma afterwards.
Scanning begin.
Why'd you do that? You were feeling nappy?
Yeah. I was like, Thanksgiving. It's always Thanksgiving at my house.
Yeah.
Every day is Thanksgiving, Christmas, Halloween. There's always something going on. Tons of flies in here too. Swear to God, this place is haunted.
Da-na-na-na.
I'm gonna let you go, Roger.
You're gonna let me go?
Yeah, I gotta get off here.
Holy crap, brother. I think that's the first time you've ever said that, man.
What?
I think it's the first time, yeah. I'm always like, oh, I gotta take off. And you're always like, all right.
No, I'm going outside.
Okay. Well, say goodbye to everybody in the other world over there.
Well, goodbye, everybody. Luke signing off.
Luke signing off. 10-4, man.
You staying on?
I am. I'll probably call Jane. See what she's up to. Yeah, call back if you want after you come back in.
All right.
All right, brother.
If I don't be disappointed. I'm kind of bumming from about a bunch of different stuff.
Well, just listen to that national anthem again. That'll cheer you right up.
Yeah, right?
Yes, sir.
Right? All right.
All right, 7-3. Over and out.
Over now.
What's up? What's up? How are you, everybody?
What's up, Roger?
What up, Bill? What's going on?
Not much.
Say hi to the world. Chilling out, chilling out.
What's up?
I said chilling out.
Yep.
How you feeling, man? Haven't talked to you in a while.
Yeah. Feeling okay. How about you?
Could be better, man. I got a little bit of a head cold from all the leaves falling, you know, all the mold and the whatever.
Yeah.
So
Right.
doing all right though. Kind of
There you go.
a little bummed out. I got to be honest. Kind of butthurt. The that frame you gave me, the engine I put on there, I had about 2,000 miles on it. Started acting up, and I didn't know what was wrong with it. And then I was trying to tighten everything up, and I realized the crank was sliding back and forth. So I said, "Oh man!" So that never ever has happened to me. So I knew.
Pedal crank?
Huh?
The pedal crank?
No, the journal. So I ended up taking it off, took it all apart, and a little piece of the ring, about a 2 millimeter piece of the ring, it snapped off, and it went down on the back of the back of the piston. There was 2 little pieces of the piston that had broke off. So the bike is still running, mind you, this whole time, and I mean good. But what happened is those pieces went inside of the lower crank bearing up against the journal, and they ground the case out. So the bearing was sticking out about a full millimeter further than the back of the you know what I'm saying? How the hold comes out on the case. So the whole thing was slapping back and forth in there. So I had a couple other cases I was trying to put together, and I just couldn't get the right parts to go. And I went to put a nut in the main gear. No, I thought. Hold on a second here, bro. Thought maybe I was picking up from something down your way. I got my little ham radio on here. But anyway, so yeah, I'm without transportation right now, but I'm so upset, man, because what ended up happening was why that slapping around like that, it ended up causing so much vibration that it snapped the frame on that bike.
Come on.
Yeah, man. I was in love with that frame, dude. I really was. Yeah, so I got one sitting over here, though. I was supposed to send it down to DJ Banton down in Antigua, and I tried to get in touch with him to see, you know, if he still wanted me to send it, and he hasn't picked up the phone. So I don't know if he got hit by a hurricane down there or what, but so hopefully he's all right.
All right.
Yeah.
That's like if I can ever come up with the money, I'm gonna send my PK80 to Ken Henson.
Yeah.
Out over there in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
It's either that or Don Butler, you know.
Definitely don't send it to Don Butler.
Why?
I will disown you. I will disown you.
All right, I'll go with Ken Henson.
Send it to me. You're only a couple miles away. I'll take care of it for you. Don't worry, brother. No charge. No, you send it to Ken if you want, man. He'll do a righteous job. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
What?
Ken said he'll get this thing top notch because I told him the numbers that I got when I told you.
Yeah.
And he said that's okay. He says that's not bad. He says, but that could be worked with. Yeah.
What numbers did you have again? What was it?
I want to say 74 exhausts. Intake start opening at 64 and completely the top to the top being completely open at 48.
Well, what? So 74. Wait, no, 74 up top. You said or 64 on the bottom. So 64, that's actually pretty good. That puts you at like almost 130, 120, 175 is probably your ideal numbers pretty much.
I'll tell you right now.
Allah Akbar, yeah. Go light yourself on fire. Take that shit somewhere else, bro. We don't need that here. Fucking retard. Hey, how you doing, Mrs. Bill? Yeah. No, I'm running my YouTube channel in the background.
77 close.
So that puts you at 154. Yeah, that number could be a lot higher, dude. You probably got about like 14%.
Intake close at 60.
And what is it? Intake?
47 is that when it's open in the front.
47 when it starts to open on the intake?
When the intake was fully open.
No.
When the intake starts to open, it's at 60.
That's perfect. 120. Leave that right there. So what you need to do, I could do it for you, or if Ken does it, you need to take a piece of solder wire and then you take and measure out 33. Actually, I always go 32 millimeters. I always leave a millimeter, half millimeter for error on both sides. So 75% of your board diameter is 33 millimeters, if I'm not mistaken. So 32 millimeters, you take a piece of solder wire, round solder wire, and you cut that off with your veneer caliper. And then you round that out on top of your piston, take the rings out, put it on top of the piston.
Half of the diameter of that bore, okay, the bore is 47 millimeters.
Yeah, so that would be 20-some millimeters.
23.5.
Yeah, 32 is where you want to be at, 32 millimeters. So that's what I'm saying, 75%. So, but you can open your exhaust that wide. Now, what you told me though, before I would even open the exhaust, I would definitely raise it, because you said it was 74. That puts you at
Nope, 77.
I'm sorry, 77. So that puts you at what? 156? Is that right?
154.
154. Yeah. You want to be around 175. So you could probably take. I'm just doing quick dirty math in my head. I'm thinking it's probably about 1.5 millimeters that you need to raise that up. So you want to get in there with Dremel and open it up this way. You can open it up to 33 millimeters wide, 32 millimeters wide this way.
Yeah.
But yeah, you got so much more potential for blowdown in there, Billy. Holy crap, man. That thing would be a monster. Yep.
Like I said, I was talking to Ken, and he's like, yeah, he says, I can work with that, and I'll get better numbers for you.
Definitely.
So.
Yeah, bro.
Cost me $150 plus shipping.
Nah. Bring it up here, Billy. I'll do it for you. I'll do it for you, man.
Really?
Save yourself a. Tell you what, if you want to pay me, save yourself $150.
Dude. Steel sleeve.
It's all right. I got tungsten carbide bits. I need $50 right now, man. Now that I think about it, I'm adopting a dog at the end of the month. She'd be here already, but down in the flood and all that, she got sent to Louisiana and they can't keep her. She's coming all the way from Louisiana.
No threat.
Yeah, hold on a second here. Let me reset this.
Scanning begin.
Hold on, let me. Oh, Motorized Outlaws is in the house. What's up? What are you porting? He says 150 to port the whole. Ken Engine prices. That's my buddy right there, Bill, down in Westerly. Motorized Outlaw. Thanks for joining the show. We're just talking some numbers and stuff. Here, let me get you a picture real quick, Bill. I'll show you this dog. She's beautiful, man. I can't wait. I'm so excited. Expensive as heck, though, bro. $650 because of the transportation.
Yeah.
But she'll be worth it. I'm gonna take good care of her. She's gonna take good care of me. Ain't had a dog in a long time.
There you go.
Let me find where this is at now. All right, here she is. Let me get a screenshot there. I'll freaking send it to you. I don't know if I'm gonna change her name or keep it, but she's just a peach. She got a look.
What's the dog's name?
Right now, hon, her name's May May. I'm sending it to Bill right now. You can see it too. Let me see here. I gotta find you on here.
Oh, yeah. She changed her cat's name.
And I changed her name. I mean,
No, you could be like, you know your name, and how will you feel comfortable? Would you like me to call you this name?
Kind of. It's a little lab mix. Motorized Outlaw.
They react.
We got a pit and toy poodle. Ah, cool. Nice, man. Yeah, I'll show you the picture in just a second.
when I got Midnight, her original name was Doris.
Bill, I don't want to overtalk your wife. What do you?
Like, what's grandmother's name?
Yeah, she's over. I just got out of work a little while ago, so.
No, do you want me to send it to William Blair or to Bill Blair? Which?
William.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't use Bill Blair no more. I can't even get in it.
all right.
I had to change her name. I'm like,
It should be there right now.
I can't even change the freaking administrative thing with 401 motorized bikes.
Doris.
I'll go in and work on it, Billy. I didn't even know, man. Thanks for letting me know.
It's a Midnight, which is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, my sister had a chocolate lab before, man. That thing never ran out of energy till like a couple of years before it died. The thing was just like, I don't want to say a terror, but
When I got Cinnamon Scott, and I had them until they died. They knew the fucking name. They knew they were bad. You know,
did you see it, Bill? Is it in there?
Not yet.
I'll be sitting there in minutes.
Well, maybe I
I
didn't.
mean, I got it, but I just haven't seen it.
Oh, I was gonna say maybe I didn't send it then.
Yeah, because of the Facebook thing.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
She's had
Groups, yeah, groups.
She's got fucking everything.
All right, yeah. Anyway.
Toys, fucking all kinds of freaks. She's got more than I do.
Yeah, I see it.
So it looks like the last post that got accepted in there was from Ken Vest, Little Evil, back on the 30th. Hey, how you doing, Mama?
How old's the kid? How old's the dog?
About 10, 11 months old.
Male?
It's a female. She's 10 or 11 months old. I don't remember, to be honest.
Oh, she's young.
Yeah.
She's a little puppy. Holy shit.
She said she's real small though. She's not gonna get big.
Right.
Good luck.
All right, well, I'm going to let you go because she's here and
All right,
I'm
brother.
out of work a little while ago, so.
Yeah, man.
I'll talk to you later.
Good to hear your voice,
All
man.
right.
All right.
Yep.
Peace. All right. See who else we can get on the horn here. Yeah, man. So it says you just bought a toy poodle. You have to post something up there. Let me see it. Have to check it out, man. It'll be all right. Let's see here. Who else is on? See if I can get this guy on the horn. Poll's about 50-50 so far, huh? Oh, no answer there. See who else is around.
Little brat. Hey, Harley.
Somebody else got a dog too, huh? That's funny. Check out my Facebook, bro. I can go to Facebook right now. Yeah. Is that your name on Facebook too? What's your name on Facebook, brother? Outlaws. Oh, it's you, Jeff? Oh, all right. What's up, man? That's what's up. How's things out your way anyway? Living the dream? This is what I go by on YouTube because of certain shit talking assholes. Well, the world's full of a bunch of idiots, that's for sure. Let me see what else is on here. Hey, these Muslims are trying to take over the world and shit, bro. This shit. That's downtown London, bro. Ridiculous. That's on Twitter. Oh, Leonard, what's up?
Whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, on the ramparts Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about.
Don't give a damn if you don't like this American pride, American pride. Gonna fly this flag till the day I die. 'Cause freedom, it comes with pride.
That's a fisherman's knot. Cheating ass motherfuckers. Pardon my French. How you doing, Leonard? Our Trump flag flies on our porch. All right, loud and proud, baby. Hey, listen, man, you know what? I wanted to put this on and tell some people what's really going on out there, man. I was just talking to my buddy, a Marine buddy of mine. Spent a lot of time together over the years. But we were just watching some of this stuff on Twitter, man. They got so many of these states, it's like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people are writing in saying, check your vote. They're taking pictures of their vote when they go to the poll and they're putting it in and it's changing it from Trump to Harris and shit, man. They're cheating outright, bro. It's literally all over the news. And there's this other one. I just posted it on Facebook. I reposted it there.
In the storm drain next to his house.
This is out in your town, Leonard, out in Cali.
Started scooping them out and noticed the addresses were from his Arcadia neighbors a block away.
And of course,
Arcadia, baby.
Stuff out of the storm drain. So I got down on my hands and knees and dug around a little bit and started pulling it out. And I pull out a bunch of junk mail and Ralph's ads and Aldi, and these ballots are mixed in with the junk mail. And of course, they catch my attention because we're seeing on TV about all of the care being taken to prevent fraud and misuse of ballots.
Yeah, talk about preventing fraud, huh?
He says he tried to return
Sickening, man.
Post office. I rented it.
I can't even imagine, man. Tell you what, this, as much as I want Trump to win, I almost think she is going to win, because I think we're going to end up in a civil war or the country's going to collapse. You know, I got my faith, and I know a lot of you people might not agree with me, but end times, man, end times. There's no other way to look at it, really. Some craziness. This guy over here, this guy in Germany, these are all Islamic people protesting in the street, trying to start a holy war over in Frankfurt, Germany, I think it is. And they tried to tear gas him on his own porch. Look what he does. It smells a little bit. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? How you doing, Leonard? How's things over there, buddy? I take you outside. My neighbor's got one. He's got a Trump flag and he got Trump pumpkin and everything, man. He's going all out, loud and proud. This one here, it says, ever notice how white people have been raising their kids not to see race while everyone else has been raising their kids to hate them? That's kind of tragic. I wonder why that is.
So I do not believe that you can love the Lord.
See if I can get to some of these ballot things, man, they're putting up here. Oh, here you go. Here's Sweden. Poor people over in Sweden. That's Islamists over in Sweden. Destroying police cars.
In the lower 50s, except in the upper 50s across Block Island. West winds around 5 miles an hour, becoming north after midnight. And Tuesday night, mostly clear. Highs in the lower 70s. Lows in the lower 50s. South winds around 5 miles an hour. Wednesday and Wednesday night, partly cloudy. Highs in the lower 70s. Lows in the lower 50s. Southwest winds around.
I almost caught the NOAA radio for a minute. Oh, there's a repeater. Yep.
Cool to be a young, straight, white dude and be on the internet. Like, it's not cool to own the libs just to own the libs. The worst trend right now in politics is that young, straight, white males are swaying conservative because to your boys, it's cool to own the libs, even if you have no idea what you're actually talking about. Harry and I are in North Carolina. We were doing in-person debates at NC State's campus, and we got swarmed by like 20 frat dudes. We had to end the live early. All these dudes look exactly the same. They're wearing like the same polo shirt, just chirping. They didn't know any like identical. They didn't know any legislation at all.
I think the funniest moment of those debates was when Chris was talking to this guy who was like really nice, really good faith, and this other dude, along with his boys, was sitting up there chirping at Chris, and Chris just turns to him and says, "Hey, you right there." And he's like, "Me? You? Do you know anything?"
Checking my new toy. You got a new toy? What'd you get? A new phone, a new gun, a new taser, a mini crossbow? Did you get a 6-shot bow? Oh, yeah. Sweden. Cheering them on while he destroys a cop car. They're calling for, what do they call that? Sharia law, holy war. They want to start a jihad. Rome's on fire, dude. It's bad. It is bad, man. All these people are like, oh, free Palestine, free Gaza. Yeah, all right, whatever. How about bring home our American brothers and sisters, our fellow tax-paying brothers and sisters that have been held captive over there as hostages this whole time. Bunch of ignoramuses, man. I don't care anymore. I'm gonna speak my mind. If I get deplatformed, whatever, I'll make another channel. I'm all done. Enough of this woke bullshit. At Kamala Harris last night. Imported whatever. I guess you could say they imported religion. Canada's in trouble, bro. You know, there's like 5 million Islamists up in Canada, and we don't even have a border security up there, bro. No wall, nothing. I've walked across the Canadian border a few times. All it's going to take is just push come to shove, and the next thing we know, it's nuts. It really is. It's nuts, man. People just don't even have a clue. Boston Bruins, I'll give you guys a thumbs up. There we go. We got the news here. News from around the world. Can't even understand this.
You went on a podcast and said we have no troops fighting right now, but we have troops everywhere. How don't you even know?
My bad. Didn't mean to drop the phone. Here we go.
Troops is? And she's the vice president.
Here's some news from the rest of the world.
I got my cousins in the army, bro. My cousins in Iraq right now. Like, how don't you know where your troops is?
So how did they feel about it when she made that comment?
My cousin did ask when she made that comment. He felt disgusted for serving this country. Your VP don't even know where you are. Like, you make people feel bad because how are you getting sent somewhere and your vice president doesn't even know where you are? Oh, J. Trump, y'all already know. Go, John Brandon.
Yeah. All right, Brandon.
Democrats see themselves as the party of tolerance.
Sickening, man. Sickening. Hey, we got this guy. This is from the Hodge twins, the two black guys. This dude, some rapper in a casino. I'm not moving for no white person. Yeah, there you go. Come outside. Yeah. We got them. This world is crazy anymore, man. I wish I could look out my door and see something nice. There we go. Here's something nice for the folks. This is Marcin.
And many people on the internet, they think that I am fake, you know, and everything I play is fake. But I'm not fake, I swear. So I thought my first concert ever in Seoul, I'm going to show you how to do this, and that it's not fake. So, music is made of three main parts: the rhythm, the harmony, and the melody, right? We have a bit of rhythm already, the bass line, right? Sounds nice. So my right hand is completely free, yeah, and I can fix my hair, you know? But I can do much better things with it. So let's add some punch. Let's add a kick drum, you know? Like... Now it's a groove, you know? But what's up with 5 fingers? All of my fingers are completely free. So let's use them for something useful, you know? Like snare drum. So now it's almost like a drummer, you know? Almost. My drummer today is Min Cho. He's much better than this. He can play much better. So if I stop talking and I actually try hard with my right hand, maybe I can be like a real drummer. Let's see. Yeah. So we have the rhythm, yeah? The rhythm is okay, we got it. But where's the vocal? Where's the melody? Yeah? I cannot sing. Please don't ask me to sing. I cannot sing. So again, my right hand is free, and I will try to add a melody to this bass line with my 2 fingers, like peace, you know? Let's see. Please don't ask me to sing, I cannot sing. So again, my right hand is free, and I will try to add a melody to this bass line with my 2 fingers, like peace, you know? Let's see. Simple. And together we can get real music.
Pretty cool that dude is, huh? Let's get some more news from the rest of the world. Something other than Facebook. What we got here? If dead people and illegals were voting for Republicans, Democrats would not only want voter ID, they would also want fingerprints, an eye scan, and a DNA sample. Mark Keith Robertson. Oh, yeah, there you go, man.
Young men are trending conservative, young women are trending extreme liberal. And this is a really interesting question.
Ugh. Still in there, Leonard? Machinists will vote next week on Boeing's contract proposal with a 35% pay hike over 4 years and other benefits. It could end a month-long strike. Oh, Boeing, they need to do something. Planes falling out of the sky. Let's see here.
It is like the
Let's see here. Elon Musk just posted, "It's wild being in Pennsylvania and seeing nonstop annoying political ads everywhere. If you're not in a battleground state, you're lucky." DC Drano. Filming gay sex in the Senate, no jail. Pulling the fire alarm in Congress, no jail. Waving a Ukrainian flag in Congress, no jail. Walking around peacefully with an American flag in Congress, FBI raids in federal prison. This is how you know our government has been hijacked. Boeing sucks. You know, the whole concept of getting into a hollow metal tube going 700 miles an hour at 20,000 feet is under the command. Someone you don't know who's probably drunk is kind of stupid in my mind, but that's just my opinion.
boys.
Yeah, you know, I think. So let's deal with the past, and then we'll get to the present.
So what do you say we just...
It's happening. This is from Peter Sweden. I'm not sure who he is, but he's reporting Germany has implemented border control. France will implement border control. Denmark will extend border control. Poland will suspend the right to seek asylum. People are rejecting open borders. I guess they actually started shooting people over in Poland, if you can believe that. Anybody trying to cross the fence over there, they're getting shot. I seen a picture of it earlier today. Crazy.
The Father, to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit. Let us pray. Dear Lord, when we're at a loss for words, which was hardly the case this evening, it's best just to whisper thanks.
The past, and then we'll get to the present.
Congress, I think it's on Constitution.
Let's see here.
There is a reading of the Constitution on the House floor from start to finish. Those members of Congress who choose to go and participate in it go and read a section, people taking turns until you go through the whole thing. The first year that I found out about this, I volunteered and I wanted to go down and be a part of it. And I don't remember who told me this, but someone told me, because there were not very many members of Congress participating at all. And I questioned someone about why that was. The answer that I got was, well, a lot of Democrats see this as just a right-wing conservative thing.
Wow.
To go to the House floor and read the Constitution. that, as you said, every one of us, as members of Congress, obviously those of us who wear the uniform, same thing, raise our right hand.
Amen to that.
For every vote, because I want and intend to be a president for all Americans.
Look at this clown.
And no matter their political party, where they live, or where they get their news, okay? And on that point, last night you may have seen I went on Fox News. And while I was doing that, Donald Trump was at a Univision town hall where a voter asked him about January 6th. Okay, so now we here know January 6th was a tragic day. It was a day of terrible violence. There were attacks on law enforcement. 140 law enforcement officers were injured. Some were killed.
I'm going to stop it right there. What you don't realize, or you may realize, that's a blatant out and out lie. It's a complete unfact. It's a fallacy. It's untrue. Not a single person there was killed. She goes on to say in that, I think 146 cops or something like that were killed. Never happened. I'm going to show you how the whole January 6th thing started. Here's something else for you. And if this doesn't get posted, at least you'll know. Because they probably are going to censor me for some type of something. Who knows? But anyway, I want to show you something here. Just bear with me a moment.
They stopped the transportation.
Well, this is here in Rhode Island, actually.
It's his newborn baby he left with his wife. Mr. Red, White, and Blue.
That's right down the street from where I live, Leonard. We ain't playing around either. It's a democratic state, bro. We're going to try and drain it. Trying to drain it, bro. Sick of it. There's Poland. Oh. They ain't playing, Leonard. They ain't playing at all, bro. They will shoot you on sight.
Man, she says
2 teachers and 2 aides have been suspended so far.
And we got this one here.
Comfortable sending their kids.
It's bad enough we got the transvestites going into churches and reading books to little kids and stuff.
This is 4-year-old Lane Luviano. She's the one that broke this case open in September when she snuck one of her sleepy stickers out of the classroom.
She kind of pulled up her little shorts and said, "Mom, look, this is my sleeping sticker."
They're drugging our kids in school, man.
Mom Lisa saw the sticker. She thought it was.
That's real. None of this is fake. None of it. Hey, what's up, Paul? All right. I'm going to show you how January 6th got started. Everybody there is peaceful.
Hey, walk up to the front of the fucking line. Come here.
I'm going to stop this real quick. They jump forward in this clip to show you that's got that guy's face. Don't enter property. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of hardworking people around here, man, and they're tired of it. You know, they made this an amnesty state. People getting all kind of tax benefits and stuff. They never even paid taxes here in America, man. It's ridiculous. But I wanted to stop you guys. I wanted to explain this to you real quick. They show his face all messed up. The rest of the video is mostly in order. They're going to show you a couple of clips where they even had the fake DEI people, whatever, not DEI people. Want to talk about Kamala Harris and her because she's black, she got elected in the office, whatever. They had plants in there, and they'll show you they're even under fire, and they're like screaming at them. They're like, "We're on your side." Nobody there was doing anything. President Trump was miles away with all his people, and he said, "Go and march peacefully." He never incited a riot, and they've held him liable for all this stuff that happened on top of it. This is really what happened. This is the guy that, one of the people that he's got all 40,000 hours of video footage. He came out, he was an FBI guy, and they had FBI in the crowd and everything. They incited the riot. And it was people that were working for Biden and all that. But I'm going to show you the rest of the video now.
You better turn around. We need more fucking munitions. Let's go. Fucking shoot it. Go. Shoot. Shoot. We're up here. We're trying to get through the gate.
Peaceful people chanting USA.
Yep, they're deploying flashbangs on us. Keep them coming, motherfucker!
These are exploding rubber BB grenades. This is how it all started. Still, you can see nobody's storming the Capitol.
They're shooting into their own people. We're supposed to be supporting Blue Lives Matter. We represent Blue Lives, and this is what they do to us.
Stingboard deployed! Stingboard deployed! Stingboard deployed!
Stingball deployed. That's 3. That's 4. That's 5. I'm going to stop it right there. It's a very large crowd coming down High Street. That's when the Trump people just started to get there, and this is all going on. There's 7, 8, 9. Still nobody storming the castle.
As one who was here and who has custody of these 44,000 hours of videos, I can attest there were acts of violence. There were acts of terrible violence that day. Even from what
Cops pushing people off the balcony to their death.
And through the media, I've seen acts of violence against police.
Why wasn't that reported?
I had not seen before. And it was brutal and it was ugly. And
beating the living shit out of people.
Did what they needed to do at the time.
They did what they needed to do. None of that happened to happen. None of that had to happen. None of it.
If they'd never thrown the concussion grenades, if they'd never used a pepper spray, this wouldn't have happened. It was a peaceful protest. I was standing within 15 feet of the line of officers. They started firing at us before anybody did anything to them. We were not rushing them. There was no advance on them. They just started throwing concussion grenades and pepper spray. They've been tear gassing us.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Now you know the truth. It's been a cover-up the whole time. And they did that because they didn't want the real thing to happen, which was that everything be recounted and that there was a peaceful transition. Trump should have been in there. It was an overthrow. And they've got so much proof, so many people. When I tell you all day long, people on Twitter have been posting that they've gone in and they've taken a picture of their vote and they've put it in and it's changed their vote from Trump to freaking Harris. And it was in, I forget how many, 47 counties, I think they said. One polling mechanism was using the same system. And it's nuts, man. Who knows if shit's gonna hit the fan or what? I mean, I really couldn't tell you, folks, but it's just nasty. It really is. I don't know if you guys saw this thing with the rally the other night. I guess Trump and Harris were both going on at the same time, and some independent fact checkers went into Kamala Harris's whatever you want to call it, and she was going on about abortion and how like everybody's getting their rights taken away and this and that. And somebody in the crowd yelled out, "Jesus is Lord" or "Jesus is King," something like that. And she started laughing and she said, "Yeah, you're at the wrong place. You need to go to the little crowd down the street." And she started her little laugh and everything. And I guess there's some big dinner that like all the senators and congressmen and everybody go to every year, and she was supposed to show up for that. She didn't even show up for that. And she did there was some parody about eating a Dorito chip that was going around, and then she ended up going on Saturday Night Live and doing some skit about the Catholic Church, making fun of the Catholic Church. So whether you believe in religion or not, it just tells you what's going on with that whole party as far as, you know, freedom of religion, freedom of press, freedom of speech, everything else, however you want to look at it. But kind of sickening, really. So see if I can bring up some of these stories on here about the polls, what's going on. Oh, here we go. We got Brussels. There's Brussels right now. That's what's going on in Brussels. If anybody's interested out there, you want to know. People camped out all over the streets. Sickening everywhere in the European Union, man. It's just the whole world's in shambles right now. All right, let me see here. Where are we at? God, there's so much stuff in here, man. It's just like, where do I even find this at for you guys? Oh, poor kitty cat. So we got you don't see Pashka like this in Finland, do you? Leonard, tell you what, it's crazy, man. So here's one of the things right here. I'll read it to you because it's all backwards. I'm not sure if it's backwards on there or what, but it says, why are votes being changed in the machines? This is happening in Whitfield County in my district, GA 14. We vote on Dominion voting machines. Then it prints a paper ballot with our selections made on the machine. The voter's printed ballot has been changed from the selections made on the machine. Good thing they show more. It says here, let's see here. Anyway, I don't read whatever it was, but that's from Major Retailer Green. And then, let me see here. We got 10 shocking stories the media buried today. Number 10, former far-left tranny turned based detransitioner announced that she's voting for Trump. This is my first time voting red in my life. In an unexpected turn, Laura Becker Reel describes Trump supporting as loving, kind, and tolerant, a surprising revelation that she could have never imagined back when she was closed-minded and bigoted. I could read on the rest of them. But let's see here.
Just like a no dick around kind of guy, I guess. And that's a very bad pattern to get into. At this point, we had got an ice maker in our refrigerator, which we'd never had. If you're struggling with drinking, don't get an ice maker because it's just too easy. I had a couple of moments where I lost.
Hey guys, Grant Cardone here. I have my Trump 2024 Take America Back. Again, look, you need to put a sign in your front yard. You got to put a sticker on your car. Rock the 10X merch.
Don't be a little biatch. Take a stand or lose your country. People ask me, why are you willing? Putting a sign in your yard.
Take our country back. Let's go. Trump 2024.
Okay, let's see here.
Guys, Grant Cardone.
Oh, would you stop already? I don't want to hear you. It says, why are you willing to be so vocal knowing it's going to cost you? My answer, I'd rather lose a customer or an investor than lose my freedom. And I'm not Mark Cuban. That's funny. Oh, Lord. That poor bugger.
You're supposed to write it. You write it. I'm not paying $50,000 in tuition for you to pay someone to write paper for you. That's not the point. You pay somebody to write your paper for you, and you use my credit card.
But it was convenient, and I'm homecoming, and I have plans.
That's cheating. You're supposed to write it. You write it. I'm not paying $50,000 in tuition for you to pay.
Yeah, there's another one of them Hollywood people. Oh, let's see here, man. What else is going on in the world?
is chief Trump-hating, failed Hollywood scriptwriter, California Representative Adam Schiff. Veteran investigators Christine Bish and John Stubbins filed an ethics complaint last week alleging that Adam Schiff committed fraud and perjury by declaring both his homes in California and Maryland as his primary residence, thereby violating state and federal laws, so they say. Now, many lawmakers keep a place in Washington, especially if they represent a state from far away, like Schiff does. But only one of their homes can be considered their primary residence. And if you're a lawmaker, your primary residence must technically be in the district you represent. Makes sense. But if you keep two primary residences, you are able to manipulate the system, get lower mortgage rates. And this is exactly what Bish and Stubbins allege. This story emerges as Schiff runs for the U.S. Senate.
Imagine that.
Backdrop where California home.
Imagine that. Another dirty politician. In India, illegal mosques and Islamic places of worship are demolished with bulldozers. In India, they don't joke. There you go. Seems like an awful lot, doesn't it? All these people talking about what's going on with these Islamists all over the world. Hope you're still there, Leonard. I got one more thing I want to show you before I wrap this thing up here. And it opened my eyes the other day. I mean, I knew it was bad, but I didn't realize the whole absurdity of how bad it really was. So let me see here.
So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to crunch 1,400 years of Islamic history in 5 minutes and make it as exciting as I can possibly make it. Because I hated history when I was a little girl. At this age, I appreciate history. And now I understand why they say those who don't learn from history are doomed to repeat it. In order for you to understand why Western civilization is very different than the Islamic world, you need to understand the history of Islam. When Prophet Muhammad supposedly revealed his revelation from the angel Gabriel that he is supposed to be the last of the prophets in the early 600s, he started preaching in his own city, Mecca. He tried to recruit friends and followers to be able to spread his religion. And he tried for 12 years and failed. And after 12 years, he was only able to recruit his immediate family and friends. So he decided, if I go to Medina, which was the Jewish hub of Arabia, the business hub where the Jews lived, if I go there and preach my religion to them, if they accept me, that will buy me respect and stature between my own people, and they will accept me. So Prophet Muhammad started borrowing a lot from the Old Testament to make his religion more palatable to the Jews, to make it a lot similar. This is why you see a lot of similarities between Judaism and Islam. For example, Jews don't eat pigs, Muslims don't eat pigs. Jews pray a few times a day, Muslims pray a few times a day. Jews fast on Yom Kippur, Muslims fast on Ramadan. And this is why you started seeing a lot of good writing in the beginning of the Quran when Prophet Muhammad was saying all the good things about the people of the book. He took his message and went to Medina trying to recruit the Jews, talking about the people of the book, talking about how similar the two religions are. When they refused to accept him and follow him as the last of the prophet, that's when he turned against them and started killing them and started expelling them. That's when Islam went from a spiritual movement for the first 12 years of Islam into a political movement cloaked in religion after the year of the Hijrah, after Muhammad went to Medina and the Jews did not accept him. He became a military warrior and declared war on them and started expelling them. Jews
Jews and Christians became dhimmi, or second-class citizens. They were only allowed to stay alive and not be killed only by paying the jizya or the protection tax. So they had a choice: convert to Islam, or if you want to stay alive, you have to pay the jizya or protection tax, living as dhimmi in the Islamic nation.
Imagine that.
Christians and Jews could not ring church bells. Jews could not blow the shofar. Christians could not ring church bells. They could not pray publicly. Christians and Jews could not gather together and build new churches or new temples. And the way they paid the jizya or the protection tax was in a monthly ceremony where they would get together downtown, and the Jew would kneel on his knee and hand his goods to the mullah, who would take the goods as the price for buying the protection. And in many areas, Jews and Christians were given necklaces to wear as a receipt that they paid their jizya or their protection tax. Jews considered najis under Islam. Najis is bodily fluid. Najis is garbage.
Filth.
Najis is dogs. Najis is dirty.
A dog.
So Christians and Jews
Dogs
were
are
treated
dirty.
as second-class citizens.
Sickening.
Islam continued to grow. As Islam grew, more people became dhimmi or second-class citizens. Jews and Christians were given identifiable clothing. The yellow star, which was given to the Jews that most people think is a German invention. It was actually an Islamic invention in the 9th century in Iraq by the second Khalif al-Mutawakkil of Iraq, who invented the yellow star for the Jews to be identified as they walked down the street.
You heard that, Leonard?
Jews were considered najis. If a Muslim man or a Jew walked on the same side of the street, the Jew had to cross the other side so the Muslim man can walk, so he's not dirtied by the filth of the Jew. Christians were given the zunar, the belt, which most of you men are wearing right now. That was an Islamic invention for the Christians. Islam continued to grow. They went all the way to Jerusalem. They conquered Jerusalem. Christians couldn't ring their church bells in Jerusalem. The Pope in Rome in 1090.
Oh, that was the wrong button. Sorry about that. Let's get back to it. Let me see here. One quick second. Sorry about that.
Told the Christians, how could you sit idly by and allow your brethren to be suffer like this in the Holy Land? You need to go liberate the Christians. You need to go help the Christians. That's why the Crusaders were launched. The Crusaders were not launched because they just felt like waking up in the morning and going and converting a bunch of Muslims or beheading them. The Crusaders were launched to liberate Jerusalem. And they were able to liberate Jerusalem for less than 100 years before Salah ad-Din al-Ayyubi, Saladin, took it back, and Jerusalem remained under Islamic control until 1967, when the State of Israel liberated Jerusalem, where Christians, Jews, and Muslims could pray under the same sky. The Crusaders continued fighting Islam, and for 300 years they tried and failed. And by the 1300s, the Crusaders disappeared because they could not win against Islam. Islam continued to expand. They went all the way to Central Europe. They went all the way to China. They went to India. They conquered Spain. They changed the name of Spain from Spain to Andalusia. And they started, as they advanced, as they conquered more nations, more people paid the jizya or the protection tax. And this is how the Islamic Empire grew. It went all the way until they was stopped at the gates of Vienna on 9/11. 9/11 is not a date that Osama bin Laden just picked out of a hat. 9/11 is a symbolic date in the Islamic calendar. By the 1600s, Islam had covered more of the earth's surface than the Roman Empire did at its peak. Between the 1600s and the 1800s, the Europeans were experiencing the European Industrial Revolution, where the Europeans were able to invent products on factory lines, where they are able to make money and sell products, which gave them the money to build a strong army in order to fight the Muslims. And that's how they were able to stop them at the gates of Vienna on 9/11. The Europeans started the pushback against Islam. They pushed them out of Europe. They pushed them out of all the way to the Middle East and North Africa. By 1924, the Islamic Empire ended in 1924. The Islamic Caliphate ended in Turkey by President Ataturk, who was a secularist. He ended the Islamic Empire and he gave women rights to vote. He gave women a right to an education, a right to work, a right to choose a husband. He forbid women from wearing the hijab. He forbid men from wearing the beard. The Muslims hate him so much that they consider him a Jewish agent because they believe that his mother and her bloodline was Jewish, and that was the influence on Ataturk. By the time the Islamic Empire or the Islamic Caliphate or the Islamic State ended in 1924, the Islamic Caliphate had existed for 1,400 years, and it ended less than 100 years ago.
I want you guys to listen to this next part and really pay attention and understand how horrible this is. And I saw your comments there. I can't say much for anything other than I know there's a squirrel that runs up and down the tree. But hear me out. I just so you know what's going on in the world anyway.
By the time the Islamic Caliphate ended in 1924, 270 million people around the world were killed by Islam. 270 million. And we didn't have weapons of mass destruction, and there was nuclear weapons. All of these people were killed, butchered by the sword. The people in the world, less than 100 years ago, how many people knew this history? Please raise your hand. We in America have failed to educate our children about history. We in America failed to educate our population about history. Our children in high school, you take any 17, 16-year-old kid, 18-year-old kid, and ask them about World War II. They can't even tell you what happened in World War II. For them, it's ancient history, and we still have our World War II veteran walking among us. That's how little we know of history. Islam ended in 1924, the Caliphate. People thought the Caliphate will never be resurrected. The Caliphate will never come back. But two things happened in the Middle East in the last century that made the Islamists be able to resurrect the Caliphate. Number one is the discovery of oil in Saudi Arabia, which we were able to discover and were stupid enough to allow them to nationalize it. And the number two that happened was Ayatollah Khomeini coming to power in 1979. That gave the Islamists the money and also the spiritual covering in order to explode on the world stage. And people say, oh, well, the Wahhabis exported their Wahhabi radical religion. The Wahhabis are the name of Wahhab. They're not a different sect of Islam. They follow the authentic preaching of Prophet Muhammad, the way Prophet Muhammad lived and practiced his religion. This is why neither you or me or any infidel can step a foot in Mecca, because as far as they're concerned, we are filth. And as infidels, we're not allowed to step a foot, not President Obama and not anybody else. As a matter of fact, Al-Qaeda used to use Saudi Arabia and its success as an excuse to recruit members, as the example to show them how Allah has blessed Saudi Arabia because of the way they adhere to the tenets of Islam. And today we talk about ISIS. ISIS is not a new invention. ISIS resurrected the caliphate that ended less than 100 years ago. Except we are too ignorant and too uninformed to understand what ISIS is doing and why ISIS is succeeding. Two things you need to understand about Islam and the principles of war in Islam. One.
Jane Galen, FaceTime video.
One moment. Sorry. Hello, Jane. Hello. Oh.
Of taqiyya, which means.
And again.
Jane Galen, FaceTime video.
Hello. I'm doing a video. Can I call you back?
Yeah. Lying
Sorry.
and deception. It means that a Muslim man can lay his hand on the Quran and switch Quran and swear that he is telling the truth, knowing that he is lying, but also knowing that the Quran will forgive him because he is advancing the cause of Islam. The second thing you need to know about is that the Treaty of Al-Hudaybiyah, which is an Islamic principle of war and a model on how to deceive your enemy when you have to sign peace treaties with your enemy. And it is based on an example by Prophet Muhammad. Prophet Muhammad was attacking the Meccans and their caravans when he was living in Medina. One day he attacked them because this is how he got the goodies. He would attack them, rob them, and spread the goodies among his men. And this is how he was able to recruit, because this is how people made money without working. And so he attacked the Meccan caravans. When he realized he's not able to defeat the Meccans in that city of Al-Hudaybiyah, in that place, he signed a 10-year treaty with them. Does that sound familiar? A 10-year treaty with them that says he will not attack them, he will have peace with them, he will not declare war on them. Muhammad used the treaty for 2 years to build his military, strengthen his army, and when he realized he was strong enough to attack his enemies when they least expected it, because they thought they had a peace treaty with Muhammad, he broke the treaty, attacked them 2 years later, and Mecca fell within 24 hours because they were not expecting the attack. And that became a principle of war in Islam. And to give you an example of how that is practiced, this is why anything signed with Iran means nothing to them. And to give you an example of how this law has been put to use in recent history, Yasser Arafat, who's not an Islamist, but he is a Muslim, met with the Israelis and signed the Oslo Accord in 1993. Remember all the handshaking at the lawn of the White House? The Oslo Accord, Yasser Arafat used the peace treaty, the Oslo Accord with Israel, to get Israel to bring him back and give him his territory, finance his military, train his police, and give his police the weapons. Yasser Arafat broke the Oslo Accord 8 years later, didn't even wait 10 years, and declared the second intifada in 2000, and all hell broke loose. He used the same treaty to win and deceive against his enemies and deceive his enemies. When Jordanian press, after Yasser Arafat signed the Oslo Accord with Israel, and Egyptian press would interview Yasser Arafat, and they would say, how could you sign a peace treaty with the devil? How could you sign a peace treaty with the Jews? Yasser Arafat will tell them, remember Hudaybiyah. That's all he would have to say. The whole Muslim world knew exactly what Yasser Arafat was talking about. We in the West and the Jews in Israel, it was over their heads. Nobody understood what Hudaybiyah was referring to. And this is the type of deception that we are dealing with. So when Iran signs a peace treaty with the United States for 10 years, they are using us as useful idiots, as gullible, ignorant people who are signing a peace treaty with the devil in order for Iran to continue her thing.
In this deadly game of thrones, there's no place for America or for Israel. We don't have to gamble with our future and with our children's future. Elie Wiesel. And I wish I could promise you, Elie, that the lessons of history have been learned.
That is why it is so important to be wise about who we're going to put in the White House next year. This is why it is very important that whoever we're going to elect next year to office, that the next president be well informed about the history of radical Islam, understand our enemy, understand what ISIS is all about, understand what their end goal is. And this is exactly, people are wondering how come ISIS is having such success recruiting people from all over the world. They exploded all over the world. The Pew Research did a poll. And of course, the Pew Research is not Brigitte Gabriel, is not Fox News, is not Tony Perkins. The Pew Research did a poll in 2013 when they went around the world and interviewed Muslims from Islamic countries all over the world. And they asked them 2 questions. Would you like to have Sharia law as the law of your country? And would you like to see the Islamic Caliphate? And remember, this was in 2013, before ISIS. The 5 top countries in the world, in the Islamic world, the 5 top Islamic countries: Indonesia, 204 million Muslims. Indonesia, Pakistan, Egypt, Nigeria, and Bangladesh. 77% of Muslims interviewed in these Islamic countries, 77% want the establishment of Sharia law and want the establishment of an Islamic state. That means 77% of the world, quote, moderate Muslims agree with the establishment of ISIS and what ISIS is doing. Let's not fool ourselves. This is very important, that whoever we're going to elect is going to be somebody who is strong on national security, who's going to put America first, who's going to make America great again, who's going to send a strong message to the world. The minute he walks into office, whoever we elect, that the world is going to realize that this person you're not going to mess with, because he could care less about what you think, what the UN thinks, what the world thinks. They can all go to hell. We care about America and only the United States of America. I hope that we learn from the lessons of history, that we learn from the Elie Wiesels, from the Brigitte Gabriels, and many others who are warning America about what's to come. May God bless you one and all, and may God bless the United States of America. Thank you.
That's a powerful speech, you know, that lays it all out, tells it like it is. I mean, there's no way around it. You can't sugarcoat that, you know, that saying you put lipstick on a pig, it's still a pig. It might be pretty, but that's all it is. So that's why I was trying to show you some of these pictures from all around the world. Rome, Italy, Rome, the Pope's, you know, grandiose home. It's under attack. They're bombing over there. There's fires over there. It's mad chaos, man. They're trying to start a world war. Never mind what's going on in Russia and Ukraine, you know. Never mind what's going on over in Israel, although that is a central part of it right now. Hezbollah backs ISIS, you know. So this is the demon we're facing, bro. But how's mom anyway? You all right over there, Nancy? Hope you're doing all right. Love you, miss ya. Let me get Jane on the phone. We'll say hi to you guys. What you guys cooking for dinner out there, Leonard? Hi, Jane.
Hi. What kind of video did you just do?
What happened to fishing and having a good time? Say hi to Leonard. And Nancy. Hello, Nancy.
Hi, Leonard. Hi, Nancy.
Love you guys. Cheese, chili, hot dogs. What did you have, Jane?
For dinner, I had chicken soup.
Chicken soup. Everybody's eating but me. I got to get up off my butt. Been doing this for a couple hours. Oh, I just hung up on her. Jeez. Sorry.
You missed a really good, show on PBS, hon.
What was it?
It was all hypothetical. You had to see it. It was so good. It was about the whole voting election process.
Yeah. Well, it's definitely scary what's been going on today. That's for sure. Oh. Oh, bother. What's this thing doing now? Oh, the screen all messed up on here. There it goes. I think I just put a filter on the phone. I wasn't even trying. That sounds good, actually, Leonard. What am I gonna have for dinner? Jeez. I ate some chicken around 2:00. I didn't even eat breakfast, trying to fight this head cold. I don't even remember what I pulled out. I know I pulled something out, but for the life of me, I can't remember what it is. But did you watch the news tonight? I missed the news too, huh?
No, the PBS show came on at 6. It
Oh.
was an hour.
That's all just everything that's been regurgitated off of Twitter anyway. Depending on who bought who. CNN, we got the Communist News Network. We got ABC. What's that? A lot of I forget something. Oh, no. Anyway.
Well, why don't you go eat something? That's important.
Yeah. Why don't I?
Okay, I'll let you go.
All right. Thank you for calling.
You're welcome.
Love ya.
Love you too.
All right, you heard it. The boss said I gotta go. Hope you enjoyed it. I don't know when I'll be back on. So depressed right now. All my money is set aside for this dog. All I need to get the smaller case up and running is the intake for the carb. I got the pedals, the case, the piston, the cylinder, the head, the pipe. Even if I just run a junk carb on it right now, yeah. I don't know if you were on the show the other day, but yesterday, yeah, I tried to get an engine up and running and just went nowhere. I got 3 or 4 cases in there. I have to take my time and try to pull everything apart, see what I can fit where. But stinks not having any transportation. So anyway, we'll get there. Nothing good happens overnight, right? But thanks for being part of the show, Leonard, all this time, and Nancy too, everybody else that's been in here. We had quite a following tonight. Had some people from all over the world stopping in. Elon Musk showed up, actually. That was pretty cool. I don't know if it was really Elon Musk, but told me vaping was bad for me. Maybe it was him. Who knows? All right, guys. Maybe I'll stop back tomorrow. Who knows? Yeah, Leonard, absolutely. Yeah, definitely, man. I'm telling you, it's worth it. You know what? I mean, they're leaning to the right, obviously. But it's like the other day on Facebook, I tried to post something that came up. It was a tweet Kamala Harris put out a while back about defunding the police, and they censored it. They were like, no, it's fake. And I'm like, listen, I contested it. There's hundreds and thousands of hours on multiple channels of her saying defund the police. It's a talk we need to have and yada, yada. And it's like, whatever, so. And then Mark Zuckerberg, supposedly he apologized for censoring people's stuff, but I don't know. Twitter, they will censor you, but you have to ask somebody to fact check something, and they don't take it down. No, they'll just go back and then say, listen, this wasn't totally true, or it was altered by AI, or this is something that happened before, and then they're using it as a now instead of whatever. But, I mean, it's free speech, so it is. It's definitely worth being a part of in my mind, And a lot of the stuff, like I said, you see on the local news, it's 2-3 days later, like the thing about the helicopter, down there in North Carolina with the National Guard helicopter, and then they wouldn't even say it was the National Guard or just like a black helicopter and people got injured and yada yada, and but there was like hundreds and hundreds of posts on Twitter about it, and then like all of a sudden, like a day later, you see it in the news. It's like, but I think it's good. I think a lot of people are out there, and we're hearing the real news live and up front. All around the world, what's really going on. It's not being censored, and I commend them for doing that. So, are people crazy? Refunding, please, would have atrocious repercussions. Don't get me wrong, not friends with them, but it would be Old West all over again. Yeah, and if there's problems, they need more training, man. This all goes back to George Floyd and, I can't breathe. We just got done watching everybody chant that while they were getting tear gassed by the cops, kind of in mockery of that shit. But George Floyd was a rapist, man. He was a drug dealer. He was high on fentanyl, and that was like, a public outcry. Oh, okay, maybe you didn't have to kneel on his back. I'm not saying it was right, but he died from a drug overdose. It might have been due to the fact that, he had pressure on his back, but he was going out, plain and simple. And they put up a statue of this guy, like a memorial statue, like a bronze statue. I just like, it's absurd. You want to take down, okay, yeah, there was generals and they were in the war and the Civil War, and guess what? It wasn't right, and they wanted to keep slavery in place. You know what? Those who forget history are doomed to repeat it. So it's like, well, let's take down their statue, and we'll put up a statue of George Floyd instead. A drug dealing rapist that died from a fentanyl overdose. I'm sorry he died of fentanyl. It's tragic that anybody dies of fentanyl, but they want to vilify him, vilify the police, and glorify this guy. He was a piece of trash. Yeah, that's all there is to it. Enough said. And take it with a grain of salt. Throw it over your shoulder if you like. It's my opinion, like everybody else is entitled to theirs. But all lives matter. That whole Black Lives Matter was nothing but BS. And it's still going on, man. I'm tired of it. I'm not holding back anymore, man. If something's wrong, I'm going to say it. And I don't want to be political, but if it crosses that line into it, and that's how people perceive it, then that's what it is, man, But right is right and wrong, wrong is wrong. We only have two sexes. Sometimes there's a genetic milkshake, and you come out with boobs and a penis, whatever, bad chromosomes, your parents were drug addicts, whatever caused it, I don't know. But, it's 1/10 of 1% of the population. There's only 1% to 3% of the whole world population that's gay. And we've had this whatever crap shoved down our throat for 2 or 3 years with these people. Enough's enough, man. Take it to your bedroom and keep it there. We don't have a straight pride parade. Why do you feel like you need to come out and in assless chaps and march down the street on Father's Day, and feel special? You're a narcissist. That's what it really is. The rest of the world counts just as much. And it's bullshit, man. That's all there is to it. Yeah, man, hey, I got my view. I got my faith, Leonard, and, I'll profess it. And, hey, respect to you and Valhalla. I hope there is a heaven for you. And I hope there's a heaven for me too. I believe in the blood of Jesus Christ, and I think that that's what's going to take me there. However we get there, right? That's what the world says. My religion says that's the way, and it's the only way, If you want to believe in Buddha, hey, that's fine. He was a dude. He was a prince. He went to live with a bunch of freaking peasants. Rub a fat man's belly and see if that takes you to nirvana. Last time I tried to rub a fat man's belly, I think he probably thought I was gonna freaking try to ransack his pocket or something. Probably wanted to punch me in the eye. Not saying it ever happened, but catch my drift. You know, I mean, it's the insanity of it. Be good to another person. That's the golden rule. Jesus said that there's 2 laws above the 10 commandments. Love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, all thy soul, all thy mind, and all thy strength. The second rule is love your neighbor as yourself. That covers all the other rules. Don't murder, don't steal, don't lie, don't cheat. You know what I mean? It's just figure it out. You know, it's not that hard. Whatever. And I hate the Catholic Church in a way. There's a lot of good people. It's sacrilege. Molesting little kids, and then they just move the priest somewhere else. You know, they should be castrating these people. And then people are like, oh, they look at religion and they're like, oh yeah, that's all it is. It's a bunch of malarkey. It's BS. They need to do something about that. You know, it's messed up. It really is. And but that's men doing something. You know, that's not God doing it. That's somebody coming under the wolf in sheep's clothing, you know? And is what it is. But what's it say? All right. Jesus. Jesus shows up there sometimes. He has VIP status. Violent death was. Christians don't accept pagans, but Azure accepts Jesus anytime he wants to come by. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, Leonard. A lot of that stuff goes back and forth. You know, the Yuletide log was a big thing. And that's a pagan tradition, and that's how the Christmas tree came about. So take it for what it's worth. I don't see why anyone wouldn't believe in Jesus. I mean, there's only one creator. There's many gods, but there's only one true God. All this came from something. And that's my view. Not trying to be preachy, but if you look at things and you really get down to quantum mathematics and physics and the complexity of our reality, you know, higher dimensional thought, it's evident everywhere. Even, you know, you look in fractals and pixels, the Fibonacci sequence, not the golden rule, which we were just talking about, but the golden rule in mathematics, which is the Fibonacci sequence, which is the space from your finger, the space to your hand. That's 1, 1, 2, 3 to your elbow, your whole arm, 5, 8, stretching your arms out, 13, adding your body in, 20, your head in, 21. It's in your body, you know, how a seashell goes in a circle, or how a pine cone goes, or a ram's horn. It's in everything, dude. You know? Yeah, man. You know? I don't get it. I can't, you know, who's to say I can understand anything? I don't. And to try to compartmentalize God, an infinite person, and put it into the Bible, not that the Bible is definitely the word of God, but when I say that, to put it into the Bible and look at it as like our diction, as our thought process, we compartmentalize God, who's an infinite being, you know, like, oh, well, it's only this or it's only that. No, we don't even have a clue, you know. There's a realm beyond this. There's definitely a realm beyond this, you know. Anyway, but there's a plan, you know, and I don't know what it is. Who knows if this is the end time? But If you look in Revelations in the Bible, it says, I can't remember exactly where, but it talks about one of the signs before Armageddon is that the Euphrates River, which is over next to the Tigris River, which is supposedly where the Garden of Eden was at, will run dry. And that'll be the sign that the king from wherever is going to come in and invade and attack. And the Euphrates River ran dry a while ago. It's literally a little trickle that's being held back by a dam at the top of the thing. It's basically like the Rio Grande. It's a wetback river. You can walk across it. So take it for what it's worth. Sign of the time. You know, how much trees have burned down over the past few years have been cut down. Like a third of the trees are going to be taken from the earth, it says, in the grass. Greece is on fire. Canada's on fire. Down in South America, in Brazil, and other places, it's on fire. Australia's been on fire. You know, fish are floating dead everywhere for no reason. You can't drink the water. Flint, Michigan, you got whatever in the water. Pennsylvania, from fracking, you got gas in the water. West Virginia, all the poison from the mines, from the coal mines, ran down the Delaware River, all the way from Washington, D.C. down to Florida along the coast. There's so much stuff in the water that you're supposed to only eat fish out of there if you go fishing once a week at the most, or you're going to have too much lead and arsenic and whatever else in your body from the pollution. Like, it's happening right in front of our eyes, and no one wants to believe it. So, you know, you might say, well, you know what? There's no such thing as the Bible. It's just man's stupidity. Well, maybe that's the case. Who knows? But it is indeed happening. These things have happened, and it's going on right now. It's being fulfilled. So, I don't know. You know, it says Jesus went in Matthew. He said, the disciples asked him at the Mount of Olives before he went into town and he was crucified. They said, "What will be the signs of the end times?" He said, "You know, there'll be various signs in the sky, strange things on the earth, waves that have never been seen before." 2011, we had a tsunami. It destroyed the whole coast of India. It was from the Philippines to Africa, 4,000 miles long. A single wave. You got blood moons we've never had before. It's right there, man. You know, I wish people could understand. Like, it might not be in our lifetime. I think it probably will be. If not our lifetime, I really feel like the generation behind us, our kids, Leonard, whoever else is watching, whoever else sees this, maybe if they let me post it. You know, it's that close. It is what it is. It says the seasons will confound themselves. You know, we haven't had a winter in New England for 10 years, man. You know, people want to say it's global warming. Well, I don't know. Maybe it is. You know, they're getting snow in the Midwest that they've never had before. So maybe it's just climate change. Maybe it's climate shift. Who's to say, you know? I mean, I don't know. I don't know the future. I'm not some psychic. And like I said, I don't profess to even understand the mind of God. But if Trump doesn't get in there, I really think, you know, things are headed for the toilet. I think everybody knows that. I think everybody can see that. You know, it talks about one world order in the Bible. So we're the last democracy, basically. You know, if we go down here, we're like the star of the world. We're the star on the stage. Everybody looks at us all the time. And if we don't get it right soon, man, it's gonna be a collapse. Look at COVID. Everybody laid down like a bunch of sheep, man. Put on a mask, stayed in their homes, shut down the government. Who took over? The World Health Organization. We had a one world government. We've already had it. So I don't know all they're talking about a reset now. They're saying at the end of the month, maybe there's going to be a bank collapse. The 25th, which is like this week coming, they're talking about this QSF thing or something. Donald Trump's been talking about it. XRP and which is Ripple, which was banned in the U.S. for a long time. And whatever this other company is, they're saying, put all your money in there because it's not going to be part of the centralized banking thing that's coming down a hole. So there's a lot going on. People really don't even have a clue right now, man. But it's a spiritual war. It's something much bigger than we can comprehend. And hey, man, each to their own, right? Do what you want to do, live how you want to live. But that ain't the way, We're all supposed to be in this together, and we're supposed to be on the right path. So I don't know. Said what I can say about it. Yeah, Mercury. That's the one I was trying to say, Leonard. I couldn't even think of it. But it's happening right before our eyes, brother. It really is. It's going down, man. And I remember talking to you. What was it? A couple of years back. I think right when I started the channel, and you said you posted pictures with your cat out on the porch. This is the first time you'd ever seen snow. Northern California having snow, man. Imagine that. 115 degrees on a normal day in Redding in the summertime, and it's snowing in the summertime. Tell me about that one. Yeah, we're being poisoned. We're being poisoned like crazy, man. One thing after another. The stuff they put in our food, That's not even a half of it, man. All the solar farms now. This green movement over in Europe. They've actually shut farms down over there. There's hardly anybody in Europe that's going to be a farmer anymore over in England. They're putting up solar farms all over the farmland out there. And Elon Musk was talking to Leonardo DiCaprio the other day, and he was saying, like, if they just put solar farms in like a small corner down in like Texas where there's nothing going on, it would be enough solar for the whole world. So why do we need so much of this stuff, dude? You guys can't even keep an air conditioner on out in California, and they want everybody to have an electric car in the next couple of years. So how do you look through the lines on that? Okay, is the grid collapsing? Or what's really going on? You know what I mean? Like, nothing adds up. Nothing makes sense. I don't know. They got all these conspiracy theories down. North Carolina is owned by Kamala Harris's husband, not directly, but the companies that he works for and the investors, which are part of BlackRock, which is something to do with the Rothschilds that are like the World Bank, and they want the one world government, yada, yada. And still nobody's talking about Wyoming, the whole thing out there. Hey, Daisy, what's going on, honey? How you doing, ma'am? So, you got the whole thing out in Wyoming where that's on fire, and they're talking about, they just found a whole bunch of quartz or whatever out there and lithium out there, and the government's buying out they're kicking everybody off the land, and they're taking it over eminent domain. To me, I'm like, you know what? Maybe it is true, maybe it isn't. But Arizona, for a long time, this is a proven fact, and everybody knows it. Out in the Navajo reservation and other parts in that area around there, Boeing, Raytheon, every major corporation owns land all around there. It is the largest deposit of uranium, plutonium, lithium, all that shit in the world. Not to mention West Virginia has enough coal to fuel the whole world in Pennsylvania until kingdom come. So whether you want to go nuclear or whether you want to go coal or whatever, there's no reason to even worry about North Carolina and taking lithium out of there. So it's like, oh, well, they're controlling the weather. All right, well, whatever, dude. So there's been an army or an Air Force pamphlet out for I don't know how long, controlling the weather in 2025. And HARP, everybody was like, oh, HARP in Alaska, it's the United States government. What people don't realize is there are 13 HARP arrays around the world. There's one in France, there's one in Russia, there's one in Australia. They're all over the world. And they can manipulate the ionosphere with that. Does that have anything to do with the weather? Who knows? Yeah, I know it does affect the weather, and maybe it affects the weather patterns too. But they can't go in and make a hurricane, man. It's not like they're sitting there directing a certain beam or something and making hurricanes and shit, bro. I'm sorry, it just doesn't happen. It's hurricane season. Not only that, we got a hurricane coming in right now. We had Helene or whatever it was. Then they had the other one that went down and hit Florida. Now there's another one down in the Bahamas and hitting Puerto Rico right now. And they don't know if it's going to go across Florida or go up the coast. It's that time of year, so not everything is a conspiracy in my mind. Are they taking advantage of this shit and doing some messed up stuff with it? Absolutely. That's a fact. But what can we do? Love God with all your heart. Love your neighbor as yourself, Keep striving to do the next right thing. Hopefully you guys have a great weekend. And yeah, I'm going to get out of here. I need to eat. I've been on 3 hours. So until we see you all again, appreciate you. Be well, harm none. Godspeed.